right? Shalom, shalom. I want to start by, of course, giving her honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone Rule and Teach Well. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in, listening, and learning, getting this edification from several brothers doing this ministry. And, just getting right into it. I don't know why this is shaking like that. It's weird. This is Brother Shamat with the Cleveland GMS branch. And, let me adjust this real quick. This is Brother Shamat with the Cleveland GMS branch. And as you can see from the title of the lesson, the blessing is through Jacob, through Isaac. So we're gonna jump straight to the book of Genesis, chapter 19. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18, and verse let's start at bear with me for a second. Let's start at verse (17) and verse 19. Actually, 18. It's like this is what we're looking for. All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 17 and verse 18. It's like, all right, now it says, and Abraham said unto Yahweh, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee, right? When they read in the RSV, it says, and Abraham said to God, oh, that Ishmael might live in thy sight. I want the NIV though. All right, it says in the NIV or the NLT, it says, "So Abraham said to Yahweh, may Ishmael live under your special blessing," right? So he was basically saying like, damn, if only it were because you got to think at the time they was telling Sarah and Abraham that they was gonna have another son, that the blessing was gonna come out of, and they was they was stricken the age like the scriptures say, so they was really kind of looking at them like it was like it was abnormal in a way, because they up in age, and it says when you read verse I'm gonna go to this book Genesis chapter 18 and verse 11. It says, "Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women," right? So she had ceased to be able to bear a child, after the manner of women during this time. And once you get us up a certain age, you can't really bear. In the NLT it says Abraham and Sarah were both very old by this time, and Sarah was long past the age of having children, right? So she was past the age of having children, and she even had a little laugh, about them prophesying that, Isaac was gonna come out, that they was gonna have another son who the blessing was gonna come from. Matter of fact, uh, now let's go back to Genesis chapter 17 and verse back to verse 19. It says, and God said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And it says, which in the Hebrew is Ishashkar, I forget what it means. It says, and, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him, right? So the Lord's going to establish covenant with his seed. It says, and for Ishmael I have heard thee, behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. Right? So the Lord also, saying that Ishmael is going to be great. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year, right? So he's saying that his covenant is going to be established with Isaac, though. And if you read the chapter before, actually, not the chapter before, but if you read a couple of verses before, well, actually, we go down to verse 23. It says, actually, yeah, verse 23, it says, and Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all that were born in his house, and all that were brought with his money. Actually, let me go to verse 13. He that is born in thy house, and he that is brought with thy money, must needs be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant, right? So that was the covenant that the Lord was setting with, Abraham. It says, and an uncircumcised man child whose flesh is of foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He have broken my covenant, right? So, the Lord was saying that, he that ain't circumcised, he gonna be cut off from the people, man. So that was the covenant during this time was the covenant of circumcision, you know, which, which is, I'm going on to verse, but once again, which is spiritual because during the time of him telling Abraham that he had to circumcise them, he also was denying a blessing for Ishmael and giving the blessing to Isaac, you know. But this is to furthermore prove that this is the book of Acts chapter 7 and verse 32. It says, saying, I am the power of thy fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. Right? Then Moses trembled and durst not behold. Right? So, the Lord was declaring that he's the power of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Man. There's another one, Exodus 2 and 24. And Yahweh heard their groaning, and Yahweh remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Right? Because once again, that blessing came through Isaac. And out of Isaac came who? Jacob. Matter of fact, this is the book of Acts chapter 7 verse 8. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac, right? And circumcised him the eighth day, right? Isaac was circumcised on that eighth day. Which I believe that Ishmael might have been 13 during that time. Was well, if I'm not mistaken. But no, Ishmael was older than he was older than Isaac. It says and circumcised him the eighth day, and begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs. Right, so Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12. Right, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Gad, Reuben, Manasseh, Asher, Zebulun, all of the 12 tribes of Yasharallah, man. But once again, that seed line came out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Those three. That's what the Lord was dealing with. But also you did have Esau that ended up coming out of Isaac, Jacob's brother, but the Lord wasn't dealing with Esau's seed line. He was dealing with Jacob's seed line, So the Lord is very particular and how he dealt with his blessing. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? So the Lord loved Jacob. But but guess what though? Esau still got a blessing, which is the sword. Esau was still blessed with the sword, man. So the Lord still gave Esau his portion. But the truth goes to say in in this verse that the Lord loves Jacob, man. And that's why Jacob's blessing is going to be far greater than the blessing that was given to Esau, and it's going to last forever, man. Unlike Esau's temporal blessing of the sword, which is going to come to naught eventually because he himself is going to be wiped out as a nation, as a tribe. All right, so it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Right, so when you go to the verse when you go to Romans 9, the verse I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says that is they. Well, I'm gonna start at verse I'm gonna start at verse 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. It says neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall that seed be called. It says all right, so all of the children come out of Isaac. It says that is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of Yahweh, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed, right? Because you got three classifications of men. You got the sons of God, which is the nation of Israel. You got the sons of men, which is the heathen. You got the sons of the wicked, which is Esau. It says for this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son, right? And not only this, but when Rebekah also hath conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. It says, and the children, right, because Isaac's wife, Rebekah, she bare Jacob, who that seed line came out of. It says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, right? So Jacob ain't do no evil in the womb. Esau ain't do no evil in the womb. They was young, they ain't had to understand it. They was in the womb, right? But it says that the purpose of Yahweh according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth, right? So of him that calleth, so I mean the Lord, he purposed it. He chose people according to his own purpose, man. Not about what a man did, oh, Jacob as a baby he did more pleasing things in the world. Like, nah, it wasn't about that. It wasn't nothing that a carnal man did, to please the Lord. It was about the Lord choosing, and deciding his own purpose. Man. It says, and he chose, and he did what he did. He chose Jacob, man. It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, right? So it was said unto Rebekah that Esau was going to serve Jacob, man. And that was a prophecy, because now, you don't see Esau serving Jacob, not even during the Byzantine Empire. Esau was up in them caves. He wasn't serving Jacob. He was up in them caves until he had got loose after 1,000 years and went back out to deceive and destroy, man. To be the hammer of the earth. He wasn't being slaves to Jacob during the Byzantine Empire. He was trapped up in some caves, fleeing. Right. But we did uh have Esau in subjection. But that's dealing with you know you know the kingdom. Because he's gonna have to serve the nation of Israel in the kingdom. Because Solomon also he had them under subjection. You know the Edomites under subjection until they rose up. Started building themselves Edomite kings. Right, going off. But it says for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. Right? So, ain't no unrighteousness because with Yahweh because of his decision. Because at first, well, really the blessing was supposed to go to him that was older. That him that came out of the womb first, which Esau ended up coming out first, man. And Jacob held the heel of him, right, out of the womb. But the Lord still had favor upon Jacob and gave him the ultimate blessing, which is the kingdom of everlasting life. And then he gave Esau his blessing, which is the sword, which you see today, and everything that comes with the sword in this time. Technology and this rulership, riches and fatness of the earth in this time, right? But verse 15 says, "For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that sheweth mercy." Right? So, the Lord decides, man, to show mercy. And that says yeah, but that's pretty much on that. Yeah, I don't want this to be too long. I'm gonna end up closing it right there. Lord's when this was edifying to an elect member. I'm gonna close it up by giving out honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh by singing out Shai by singing out Dash. That one to the elder apostle Millstone, Shalom. Waquam Yashrala, Shalom.